Welcome, welcome to Story Time with me, Miss Sheila. I hope you're having a wonderful and beautiful day. Today I'm in Maryland, Cambridge, Maryland, where Harriet Tubman, as you see the mural behind me, was where she grew up and where she came back several times to help free other people that were enslaved. So the story today is called Before She Was Harriet. Oh, let's find out. Here she sits, an old woman, tired and worn, and her legs stiff and her back achy. But before wrinkles formed and her eyes failed, before she reached her twilight years, she could walk for miles and see clearly under a sky lit only with stars. There she is. Before she was an old woman, she was a suffrage, a voice for women who had none in marriages, in courts, in voting booths. Before her voice became soft and raspy, it was loud and angry, rising above injustice. There she is, fighting for women's rights. Before she was a suffrage, she was a general. She was General Tubman, rising out of the fog, armed with courage, strong in the face of rebels and planters and overseers as they watched fields burn and bridges fall, and 700 slaves stop chopping and start running to a woman who ferried them to freedom on the Combahee River, turned River Jordan. Nice. Before she was General Tubman, she was a Union spy, carrying secrets across battlefields to soldiers fighting in the Civil War for President Lincoln to end slavery. Before she was a Union spy, she was a nurse, caring for those hit with bullets and hatred and fear, tending to them with bandages and words of the bloody dirt of Southern soil. Before she was a nurse, she was Aunt Harriet, daughter of Ben and Rit, who helped her parents flee their master and find their way through woods and streams to a safety of Canada, a new home in the north. Before she was Aunt Harriet, she was Moses, a conductor on the Underground Railroad, with no trains and no tracks, just passengers traveling to freedom, up north through swamps, past slave catchers, across rivers, under the cover of night. Seeing the promised land for her people, led by dreams and God and faith, a wisp of a woman with the courage of a lion. Before she was Moses, she was Minty of Maryland, of one slave owner and then others who worked her, punished her with lashes and broke her back, but not her spirit. Before she was Minty, she was Amaminta, a young girl taught by her father to read the woods and the stars at night, readying for the day. And she'd leave behind slavery along with her name and pick a new one, Harriet. And remember her days as a surfer. Oh, that word gets mad. Suffrage, as a general, as a spy, as a nurse, as Aunt Harriet, as Moses, and as a conductor. As Minty and Amarita, who dreamed of living long enough to one day be old, stiff and achy, and tired and worn and wrinkled and free. Wow, isn't that great? You're dedicated to you because you are incredible. Until next time with me, Miss Sheila, keep shining your light bright. Bye for now.